This episode is brought to you by Audible. Audible is the world's leading provider of audiobooks with over 150,000 titles to choose from. For a free audiobook and a 30-day trial, go to audiblepodcast.com/RuPaul. That's right. You get a free audiobook and a 30-day free trial at audiblepodcast.com/RuPaul. Thanks, Audible, for supporting this podcast. And you guys go on over there and check them out. Hello, RuPaul, What's the Tea with Michelle Visage.
You sound so profesh.
Well, I like to do a little something here. People are coming to expect a little professionalism.
Are they?
I think so.
Okay.
I love the whole podcast storyline. People write and talk about how much they enjoy it. Because, first of all, you turn the microphone on with Michelle and I, and we just
shut up.
This is what we're like at lunch anyway.
Correct.
So we have a great show for you guys. We've got a special guest. Ts Madison is here.
22 inches.
22 inches.
Hi.
And we're going to talk all about that. But you mentioned that you had seen the Joan Rivers.
Well, you and I
special.
talked a couple weeks back on one of our podcasts about, you asked me, what drives me? And I said a lot of times fear drives me. And I know you don't like that answer because I should be driven by something other than fear.
Well, love. That works.
I choose love.
Yeah.
But in my career, I'm talking specifically.
Right.
Because the Matthew Anderson storyline, too, is kind of like, remember when he was on the last show?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, well, what else are you going to do? This is all I feel like I've been put on this earth to do, is to entertain and to be a mother of sorts to every misfit out there, every kid out there. I feel like I've always been that person. I'm a great listener, and even better advice giver, whether I practice it or not. I'm really good at giving advice. And I think for me, the whole fear thing comes from, it's not enough. I got to do more. I got to do more. And you asked me if I had seen the Joan Rivers documentary.
Right.
So I watched it on my way to Europe, and I saw it, and I went, oh my God, that's 100% who I am.
This is the thing. I know what you're saying because, let me just tell you, I was motivated by getting my father's approval my whole life. I wanted to get his approval, and I didn't even know this early on,
right,
until, therapy and all this stuff and so at one point I became famous and I got his approval, I guess. And then I realized, well, what's going to motivate me now? Do I continue on with that same thing? I can't anymore. It's like, what did Dorothy do after she left? She went to the Wizard and Oz and all that. It's like, you continue going, well, I want to go back to Oz. It's like, bitch, you've already been. What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
So what's interesting about the Joan Rivers documentary, A Piece of Work, is that here she is, the top dog in her game for the past 50 years.
Leader.
50 years.
Yeah.
But she was still operating as if, I'm hungry. I want to prove myself. It's like, no, you are it.
No, but she doesn't. Something that impacted me a lot in that, watching that, was when she held up the book and she said, dead straight, see this? See this white glare? This empty page? This is the scariest thing I've ever witnessed. This is what I fear most.
It's her appointment book.
Empty.
I see. Right. Well, if you have to be with yourself, that's the thing. Can you be yourself and happy with yourself if you don't have that carrot?
I think I can be. I like who I am. I like who I'm becoming every day. I work harder and harder at becoming a better person, a better mother, and a better wife. And I love who I am, and I'm okay with who I am in stillness. But I still, and if my page is blank, you might get a little bit of, oh God, because I live month to month. I don't have a huge salary. I don't have millions of dollars. People see what I do and they look at me being on radio for 100 years, being on TV, been around for a long time. I ain't a millionaire, not even close. So every time I do see something blank, I don't go to the point where Joan goes and think it's death. I look at it like I have to work harder.
Right. Because Joan, by the way, has millions and millions and
millions
and
millions. And I don't think it'll ever be enough for her.
Right.
I feel like the difference between her and I is it would be enough for me at some point.
Well, this is the question. The thing is, at what point do you change your mode of operation, or what motivates you to get out of bed in the morning? Because when I finally sort of deconstructed my father, or the quasi vision of him that I had, when I really got through therapy and understood what I wanted from him. I was left with the real him. And I went, oh, that's who you are. That's what I was.
That's what I wanted?
That's what I wanted.
Right.
So then I had to build a reason for what I did or what I do. You know, I had to change. I had to change. You know, and
what's mopping, Ru?
What is mopping is changing. And so what that was is I had to figure out where my motivation would come from, and it came from I love to dance, I love to laugh, I love colors, and I love love, and that's where the motivation comes from. It's not from an outside source where I can get their approval and then I can be okay.
True.
It has to come from the inside out, and that's where the change happens.
The funny thing is, I'm not seeking approval from anybody but myself, and that's where it gets real deep, because it's like, oh, I'm not good enough for me. It's not that I don't like who I am. It's that me at the core needs more. Why does it need more?
If you were never on television again or never in front of an audience again, would that be okay for you?
Oh.
I'll take that as a no.
I can't think about that because I've had so many ups and downs, but every time I'm down, it's the fight to get up.
Right. See, but that's the Joan Rivers thing I'm talking about. And I got to tell you, once I read a story on Joan Rivers, I think in 1992, when she had won the Emmy after Edgar had died, and she had to fight her way back to the top, and she got there. She won that Emmy for her daytime talk show.
Can We Talk?
Yeah, and she talked about working so hard that by the end of the day, she would fall on the bed and in her clothes and makeup and fall asleep because she was so exhausted from working so hard.
Right.
And I really related to that, and I love that. But at what point is it enough? It's okay. I'm not going to fight. I was in New York 2 weeks ago, and just going to get my dry cleaning, it's like a fight. It's like a fight to go to getting on the train. It's like, I don't want to live like that.
I know, but I love that.
But it's who you're doing it for, though.
And I'm doing it right, and I'm doing it for me and for my family. They don't want. It's not them going, do it. I want to, I'm the provider. My husband's a stay-at-home dad. I'm the provider. I want to provide this fairy tale that I've created in my head. Because since I was a little girl, that's all I ever wanted was to be on Broadway. But the fairy tales aren't real. I wanted to be in the movies. But these are things that are real attainable goals that I haven't gotten to yet.
But see, the thing is, what's scary about that way of and I'm going to ask Ts Madison about this too. But the scary thing is that if it's a fairy tale you're trying to achieve, you could never achieve a fairy tale. You can get very close,
right?
But it will never satisfy in the way that it promises to.
Agreed. I don't disagree. I'm not delusional about it, but I think there's certain things that I want to do that aren't crazy.
Yeah, no, they're not crazy. It's just that the motivation behind it and the impetus and the intention behind it. It's a setup. It's a setup because the flip side of the coin, it's inherent in the dream is the flip side of it. It's the other side of the coin.
The nightmare?
Yes. Yeah. There's the fairy tale and the nightmare, and they go together. They are never separate from one another.
Agreed.
That's why, just being still and being fine with what is right now is the key to
instead of drive.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I really admire the entrepreneur spirit of Americans, obviously people around the world, but I also really dig people who can also give back to the community. That's why I really dig Sock Panda. They're a subscription sock company, and they will send you for $11 a pair of trendy, gorgeous, funky, fun socks delivered to your door every single month. If you work at a sort of a square job and you have a dress code that you can't really bust out of, one thing you can do to spruce it up is to put on a fun pair of socks. That way people know that you're fun to have around even when you're not at work. Not only that, but they give back to the community. Every time someone signs up for a subscription at sockpanda.com, they will give away a pair of socks to someone in need, homeless shelters all over Los Angeles and underserved classrooms throughout the United States. For 25% off, go to sockpanda.com and use the offer code RU. That's sockpanda.com, offer code RU. Thanks to Sock Panda for sponsoring our podcast. So you guys go on over to Sock Panda and support them. Now, Ts Madison is here. I'm going to ask her about Drive. Talk about someone who seemingly overnight became an international sensation through Vine is when I first heard about you.
Yeah, you heard about me through Vine.
Now we're talking about motivation.
Okay.
How are you able to sustain a career and a public persona? What motivates you?
Well, let me start off by saying thank you, Ru, and thank you, Michelle, for having me here on the podcast.
Oh, we're so happy.
And I'm going to keep this clean.
As clean as Ts Madison can.
Yes, child, honey. I even have on clothes, okay? Well, what I'm learning, that the more you do, you have to come to a place where you're satisfied within yourself, just like you said earlier. And you said, just like it's when you get the dream, what happens afterwards, I think that when you lose sight of what you're doing it for, you're hustling like I gotta do it because I want more money, I want more money, I want more fame, but it's once you get it, you have to understand that you're not doing it for yourself anymore. You're doing it for somebody out there that's watching.
Yeah, but can't you be doing it that way and still be doing it for yourself? I don't care about who's watching. I do it for my enjoyment and the love of performing in front of a crowd.
Yeah, but there's a balance, though. I
Yeah.
agree, and I agree with what both of you are saying. But there has to be a balance between, there's the drive being either an ego-driven storyline or a spiritual storyline. But you have to be able to balance the two.
I think they go hand in hand, don't you?
Well, not for everybody. Not for everybody. How do you balance the two?
Well, the way I balance it out is I look back in the past of the struggles and everything that I went through, and it keeps me going like, okay, Maddie, you have to work. You have to continue to work so that you don't fall back down into the situation. But you also got to understand that people are watching you.
Yeah.
And the people that are watching you might be just like you.
Right.
Now, I have to tell you, Ru, okay? I've watched you since I was a little person. I've watched
In Miami.
Yeah, in Miami. I'm from Miami originally. I live in Atlanta now, but I'm from Miami. I grew up without a father in the home. My mother's a Southern Baptist.
Ooh.
Southern Baptist, Michelle. Christian, honey. Church every 7 days a week and vacation Bible school.
You are kidding. 7 days a
Girl,
week?
it was like, oh my God. Well,
That's
that's how it
hardcore.
was.
Wow.
Oh my God. It was.
So when you came out,
Oh, let me tell you how I came out. But I gotta tell you, Ru, I watched you on television. I watched that supermodel of the world come out, and I was like, I knew it wasn't a woman, but it wasn't a man. So in my mind, I'm already,
it's a man,
girl. In my mind, I'm already sitting up here like, I know I'm not a woman, but I'm not a man either. And I'm watching
listen
you.
to baby Britney Spears.
I'm watching you. I'm watching you on television saying, you better work. And I'm like, oh my God. So every day I would watch something. I would watch something with you. I would watch that video all the time, Supermodel World. And I'd start dancing and stuff. And my mom would come in there, honey, and she had this broom.
Oh, no.
You better work. The broom would just come across my back. Whack.
Oh my God.
Well, it was because, people had told, well, that's a man. Because at first, the way you entered the scene, nobody knew what the hell was going on.
Good girl.
Nobody knew what was going on. When you walked in the door, it was just like, this is a beautiful blonde bombshell, honey, with a beautiful smile.
It was a whole different level,
You were sent here purposely to change society. You were. And what you don't know is you've changed so many lives, and you can't stop. You can't. Drag Race is here, and you've had television shows. I've watched you interview, what is the guy's name? Real homophobic. Don't tell me. Buju Banton.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, on the talk show. We had him on the VH1 show?
No, that was the first go around of the VH1 show.
Right.
I think when you had Cher, and Diana Ross, and then we came back with the variety show. Remember?
Baby, Do you know what Buju Banton stands for? Kill the
Killing
Batiman.
people.
Yes,
Kill the
right,
Batiman.
right,
And
right.
for me, that was some groundbreaking stuff to sit there. I was like, oh my God, this man, because I'm from Florida. And honey, that's Jamaican capital.
Right, right.
And Jamaicans are very anti-homo, homophobic, kill the Batiman, Ras Clot Batiboy. That's what you're going to hear down there. And for me to see Buju Banton.
He agreed to it.
Right.
He
Was he shady to me?
No, I don't think he knew you were. Did he know?
I don't remember. I
don't think he knew.
Madison, I'm old. I don't remember.
Yeah,
No,
I
girl,
don't-
he knew. He had to know. People know going on the show.
I'm sure the people with him would have told him, you know, but I vaguely remember it. Because we're talking, is it 20
Memories,
years? Is it 20
yes,
years? I
yeah.
don't know.
I'm giving tea. That's how I've been watching. I've been watching you for
Right.
this long.
96.
But I
So that
do-
must have been 95.
Yeah.
Because I do remember that there was talk. I had heard of him before, and I knew that he had this background. I'd seen the stories about him, and the fact that he was on the show, I'm sure I thought, well, he's trying to repair something or whatever. But so you were watching the show as a kid.
As a child, I'm sitting here like, wow, this is amazing because, you've been bridging gaps for a long time. People need to understand that. Like, you've been bridging gaps for a long time. You've been mending things that were broken for a long
Bringing
time.
families together.
Yes.
Well, but I got to tell you, to be honest, and I love that. But I've always done things really out of a selfish reason, which is I like to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like colors. I love music. I love to dance, and I wanted to go out and I wanted to be myself. I was watching.
But you
this
always
kid.
wanted to be a star.
I always.
Always.
But listen, I always was a star.
Right.
I saw this. I was looking out the window. And I saw this little kid playing outside, and must have been 4 years old, and just going, look what I can do. Oh, I can do this, and just jumping around. I feel that way today.
Yeah.
I want to just do things, and I love that people get something from what I'm doing. But that's not the reason I do it. I do it because I love being a human. I want to play with colors, and I want this hair, and I want that. I want to do this.
Well, you don't understand. You being yourself is what makes it special. It's what makes it. Your makeup artist was
Matthew Anderson. Yes.
Anderson said they haven't found the factor of how to be the next RuPaul because they don't know what they're looking for.
Right.
It has to come natural. Yeah. Being yourself helps other people be themselves as well.
Sometimes there's only one in a lifetime, honey.
Yeah.
Well, Now, talking about one in a lifetime, now, Ts Madison, tell me your story. So you come from this really super, super religious background.
Yes.
And at what point did you decide, I am going to transition,
Well,
I'm going to do this? Tell me how
I started transitioning around about 17 years old. Girl, 17, girl. I'm almost 38 now. So that's almost 21 years.
Yeah.
But 17 years old, I started doing this. I started taking hormones,
Where was your mother in all this?
Girl,
game?
my mama she would have knew, honey. I hope she don't hear this podcast, girl. 'Cause, girl, if she would have known, because listen, Baptist kids, Christian kids are the worst kids you'll ever meet in your life. We sneak out of windows, honey. We have all kind of wild sex.
But how do you do that? 17 years old. How do you go about finding yourself some hormones and start yourself on cycling?
Well, because you're doing things you have no business. Like I would cut school. I met some real women, girls like Michelle. Let me tell you something, you big titted.
Go on, man.
I love girls like you because you are girls like you are who I grew up with. That love the queens or whatever, and say, bitch, you gonna be pretty when you get up. Let me take you over here and let you meet this other girl who's older than you, honey. She'll tell you how to get the hormones. That's how the stuff started happening.
Wait, so it was biological women who showed you where to get the hormones?
It was biological women who introduced me to older trans women before me, and by taking me out to the clubs, getting me fake IDs. Like I really live, no shade. Like I might be almost 38, but I feel 50. I've lived a life. I've lived life, and it's like the wisdom came from just living. Like nobody can come here and tell me anything about this, how this is supposed to go in life, how that's supposed to go. I'm like, baby, listen, I've done this. I've been doing this for a long time.
These are life lessons.
And by me transitioning so early under that doctrine, under the Baptist doctrine, honey, you have to know that I felt like I was in prison. My escape was VH1 and The Box. Remember The Box?
Yes, I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Yes.
That was
Same video 25 times. You're
yeah,
reading,
that was
going
my
for it?
escape. That was my escape to watch the world and say, "Oh my God, I want to get out here. I want to be me. I want to be free." And for me, seeing you being free, being yourself, following your dream, gave me inspiration and the skill to follow mine. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And that's why I'm bringing it back to say, you have to learn how things become enough when you satisfied within yourself and you know that you're doing this for yourself, but you're also inspiring people out there. You're also inspiring people to live their dream, be who they want to be who they. I can do it. You can do it. We can do it. Now, even though everybody ain't gonna be able to do it,
Right.
no, they just not, honey, because it's only gonna be one route and it's only gonna be one Ts Madison,
Amen.
honey. And the Ts Madison mean too much stuff. Okay, that's what the Ts mean. Too much stuff. It's only gonna be one girl that got too much stuff. Honey.
Yeah, right.
You know, and
Now, let me ask you this. Now, were you living with your mother at 17 when you started your transition?
I did. I was living with my mother, and
At what point did she say, "Wait a minute, there's something different"?
my
about
some
eyebrows
you"?
were gone.
boobies.
My eyebrows.
Because you plucked them?
No, honey, I shaved
Because
them off. Eyebrows were gone. I never had a deep voice, but I was more, feminine and stuff like that. And I never came home with girls, and except for
So it took her till you were 17 to figure this out?
no, honey.
All right.
No, I knew, but
All
I
right.
was
Not you, her.
Oh no! Well, those Christian people don't see.
She don't
nothing.
want to see you.
They don't want to see nothing.
Gotcha.
But my aunt, and she's passed on. Her sister, me and my mom's sister were the best of friends. And I mean, I may tear up with it because it means
You need
so much to
somebody.
me. And I love my mom. Don't get me wrong, but my aunt. She played along with the stuff, but my aunt wasn't no Southern Baptist. Honey. She taught me how to cuss. She taught me how to fight. She taught me how to drive a car. She taught me these things. You know what I'm saying? My mom was a single parent working 2-3 jobs, and I was with my aunt.
So that could have been how you were able to get around it.
Yeah.
Because her mom wasn't around all
It
the
was
time.
all the time.
Right.
And I did maneuver around it a lot, but still, I went through school. I actually was the bully in school.
Oh, you
no.
were?
Man, I don't play with them. I'm from Miami, honey. Them damn Jamaicans was down there talking about body man, and I would try my best to whoop every one of they behind. I would try my best to kick ass. Do you hear me? Girl.
Okay. So 17, started taking hormones, and you're still in with mom, still going to school. How long did it take before? So when mother did find out, did she kick you out?
Well, Mom didn't really find it was thrown. It was just like she walked into a brick wall and boom. It was a party. We had a party and
At the house?
oh yeah, we had a party. It was my 18th birthday. And we had a little party at the house or whatever. And a guy came over there, and the guy's boyfriend came with him, and
And these were friends of yours?
they were friends of some friends of mine.
Oh, okay.
And so the guy's boyfriend started to try to fight me because I kai-kai'd.
Right, with the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
but
At
I
your
didn't-
party, at your
Girl,
house.
honey, but I didn't know, So it was just like, here's the whole, okay, I'm gay thing. And then the whole, you did it in drag, and it was just, it was like a whirlwind of craziness.
Right.
So like when it rained, it poured. She got it all at once?
All at one time.
That's a lot.
All at one time. And then after that, it was, I wanted to leave the house. I wanted to leave because I said, listen, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to gain the love and respect and trust of my family, because no shade, that's where it has to start at home. It got to start at home because nobody's going to accept you out here in this freaking world. It got to start at home. The parents have to understand you have to build a strong relationship with your children, whether they're gay, whether they whatever they are. You have to build that relationship with your children.
Unfortunately, baby, it doesn't always happen.
It doesn't.
Right.
It does not.
And it's a shame
It doesn't.
because your kids are your kids.
Yeah.
Gay, straight, questioning, whatever.
Yeah, but you have to. It's mandatory because you throwing these people out here into this ugly world that's gonna chew them up, eat them up, and a lot of people don't know that it starts within. Two people have to accept you first: yourself and your family. Your family may not, but you got to accept yourself first. You got to come to that term within yourself. Like I had to come to that within myself. Like, okay, I'm gay, and I didn't know I wanted to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? I got up in some hair. Let me tell you guys some truth. Y'all want some truth?
Spit it.
I'm about to spill the tea, honey.
All right.
Okay.
When I started doing this, for sexual gratification.
Right.
I no shade, because I watched men treat my fish friends with so much reverence, and they bought them gifts, and I was like, oh yeah, it takes titties to do that.
So your biological female friends or your trans friends?
Biological female
Okay.
friends. Like I had admiration for women, and then when I saw other trans women that actually looked like them, I was like, oh, when they getting this stuff, we can do that too. So I wanted to do this stuff too, and I got trapped in the situation for sexual reasons. So I was what's the scientific term for that, honey? All these damn terms. What was
Right. I can't keep
Was
up
I a
with it.
transvestite?
I don't know. You were.
Well, yeah. You hadn't transitioned yet. You were just throwing on your makeup and your wigs.
Yeah.
Transvestite.
But I was taking hormones though.
So you were already transitioning.
No, I would call that just hungry. You was just hungry.
Hungry,
Starving girl.
But if you were taking hormones, you already started transitioning, girl.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
But the technical aspect of it don't really
It
matter.
don't matter.
You wanted what you wanted,
Yeah,
and so
I wanted a man.
Yes.
That's what I wanted. My
Yes.
mind was on. It was on sex. I wanted a guy. I wanted to be taken care of, honey, because I didn't want to work. I wasn't into getting my hands dirty. I needed a man, honey, to do it all.
Yes.
And then I watched my mother and my aunt. My aunt was married, but my mom was not, and they were some strong women.
Working 18 jobs like that.
Were strong women. They were some strong women. Like when I tell you, I've seen them like lift a truck, girl.
Ooh.
Strong women.
Yeah.
Country women.
I need no man.
Don't need no man. I thought I lived on Paradise Island, girl.
I love it.
Girl.
So you started this transition because you wanted things. You
Yes.
wanted things. And did your mother throw you out of the house, or how did you get out?
Well, what happened was, did I get thrown out? God, it's so long.
See, that's
I'm
how
trying
we
to think.
feel.
Did I get thrown out, or did I? It wasn't an acceptance. It was like, Tim, don't come in here with that hair and them clothes and stuff on, because I got 2 other boys, and you gonna be coming in here with that stuff on.
You have
and blah,
younger
blah.
brothers?
Yeah, I got 2 younger brothers, and my aunt has 3 kids. So let me tell you, we lived in the same house till Hurricane Andrew came through.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we were in the closet, and the storm came through and pulled the roof out.
Oh no!
So we had got some housing vouchers or whatever to move out or whatever. My mom ended up getting the house and staying in the house or whatever.
Must have been scary.
It was. And so my aunt's 3 boys, and then my mom's other 2 boys. So it was like we were like 6 boys. And my aunt's kids knew
All the
what was
boys.
going on. It was all the boys. That's how I know how to fight, honey.
You had to.
I know how to fight
You
by
had to.
boys, and I know how to.
survive.
I know how to look like a chick, honey, by the girls, by the women. But we growing up in that, I was under heavy scrutiny because my mom was like, "No, you can't do that. You can't do."
Were you
that."
the only one?
The only one?
Yeah.
The only one, and I'm the oldest. The oldest.
Right.
So it was like, you have to lead by example. You can't do that. The Bible. I was baby the Bible. That was right there. Like,
But you were leading by example. You were raised by a mother.
yes. And
You were leading by
and
example.
I told her this just this year. I said, Mommy, let me tell you something. You don't know. You might find this hard to take, what I'm going to tell you, but I have to tell you, you are the reason why I am really a woman.
Aw.
Because I watched you be a strong, and don't look at this as me being weak or soft or whatever. You should be honored that I revere you so much. That I saw you strong and powerful and positive, and you didn't let nothing beat you down. Not to say I couldn't do that as a man. I mean, I told the truth why I really wanted to get up and drag, and I wanted to do it for the sexual stuff, and I stayed in it because it was so fun. But I mean, if I'm going to imitate anyone or be like anyone, it would be her.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
It would be her because I watched you. I was like, Mommy, I have so much respect and admiration for you. You have no idea. Like you are. It's nothing like you.
What was her response to that?
She cried.
Yeah. And this is just recently.
Yeah,
She gets it.
she cried.
So now, okay, so what happens is you make this transition. You're still living with your mother. At what point do you become? At what point do you get into the world?
I stopped living with them like around 19ish.
Yeah, and then what happens? What do you do for
Well,
money?
I get an apartment, and I'm a very smart girl. I've worked every job known to man, honey, from AT&T, Bell South to Home Health.
Can you bake a cherry pie?
Can I eat one?
Well, we can all do that.
I worked many jobs, and each time, and this is growing up in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right.
In Miami, in Little Jamaica. Okay.
Which is what part of town? Where is it
Well,
in relation
I'm living
to
in
down-
I live in South Dade. I'm not from North Miami. I'm from South Miami. But either way it goes, all the
Yeah.
Jamaican, a Trinidadian, all the West Indian people there, and the Cuban people there,
Yeah.
or whatever. A lot of people are coming from the outside with a lot of religious
Sure.
beliefs, and
Yeah.
and this is what they've come here and they've taken over because. They come with money. They giving shit. Anyway,
Yeah.
girl, honey, that's a read within itself. I will read about that off the blog.
Yeah, but just before you go on, I love the term Trinidadian. That's hot. I've never heard that before.
Well, my ex is from Antigua, and he, Antiguans and Trinidadians have their things.
Yeah.
So they like to call them Trinis, which is not a nice word.
Hey, be careful.
Uh-oh, watch
not
out
a
now.
nice
That's
word.
TRINI.
Yes. But I've never heard the term.
Yes, girl.
I've never heard the term Trinidadian.
Well, that's the correct term.
Is it really?
Yeah, Trinidadian.
That's so hot. Have you ever heard Trinidadian?
Come here, Trinidadian daddy.
Come here, daddy.
Yeah.
From Trinidad.
Trinidaddy.
Where is Little Jamaica in relation to, say, the airport, Miami airport?
Girl,
Because
honey,
everything's around
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Girl, I would say, well, Little Jamaica, honey, would have to be like Fort Lauderdale area.
Okay.
But they're all around. It's like they're all around.
Even West Palm, yeah.
It's really heavy populated with Jamaican people. And anyone from
And
Caribbean.
Haitian.
Oh,
A lot of
they
Haitian.
have an area in Miami called Little Haiti. That's like Northwest 125th Street.
Yeah.
Around there.
Oh, I know where that is.
Girl.
Yeah.
Oh, girl. Oh.
So, okay, so let me get back on track. So you're working, you're doing jobs everywhere. How
Yeah.
do you, at what point do you become
Well, let me tell
Ts
you,
Madison
girl,
superstar?
I have to tell you, I'm at work, and I'm like, I'm
At your desk job.
At my desk job. Long hair, don't care.
The secretarial pool.
Yeah, sitting up there. Hi, thank you for calling AT&T. Just carrying on at work, child. I get up to,
Drinking your coffee.
Yes, girl. I get up to go on break. Okay, get up to go on break. And in my cubicle, there's pictures of me in drag and all my other transgender friends, and when we out partying, I got pictures where I'm laid up in the laps with men, and just having a good old life, honey. Got a picture of you up there, honey, because you the icon. Like, yeah. Do you know I'm over here like at the fountain getting some water? So a guy, Jamaican guy now, walks up to my desk and he looks. He's staring at it. He takes his hand and just tear the shit down.
Rips it all
Your
off the
stuff.
walls.
Do you have no? I was like, because I'm a fighter. Okay. WWE.
She's a scrappy bitch.
I was like, oh my! Did this man just do this to my desk? Like what? So and he just tore it down, and I just ran over there, and I was like, why did you do that? And can I say what I need to say? What he told me?
Go.
He told me, bitch, when you get a real pussy, then you speak to me.
Aww.
I was like, what? I almost had a complete stroke because I'm like, I'm about to beat this man. Like my mom used to beat me for not being ready for church on Sunday, and that was a whipping. And I'm looking at all my papers, all my stuff, all my things down here on the floor. He walked off into the break room
like it was nothing.
Like it was nothing. You know, this is the last time I worked on a job. I promise you. And he went to the break room. He opened up his little sandwich and it's all his little stuff, his little water. You know, like it was nothing. Like he just did a service to the world. I walked in that break room, honey.
In his mind, he probably did.
I picked up that table and flung that table, titties and everything. So now he was flabbergasted, like, yeah, bitch, I'm finna bang your ass up. Yeah, it's that time.
I cannot.
It's that time, honey. You get up from here right now and you show me that you're a man and I'm a woman or I am a queen. You feel like that I'm inferior to you because I'm this. Well, now we about to prove that, honey, with hand-to-hand combat.
So what
security
happened?
That brings new meaning to break time, doesn't it? Yes.
Break your ass.
So now security wants to come. Now security. Now it's always now.
Yes. They weren't there when he was tearing your thing down. But
now it's like this, and I'm going crazy in this place. I'm like, listen, he needs to be terminated. You people need to terminate him now because if I come back here to work, I'm coming back up here with a gang of queens like me.
He
And
violated your property.
I said I'm coming up here with a gang of queens, and we about to tear this building to pieces. You don't know.
You don't want it.
You do not want a day, honey, of rights. An activist of this time, honey. We about to tear this building to pieces. Okay. So, you know, they walked him out because he went to say, oh my God, I'm afraid for my life. I'm like, you better be. You better be, honey.
Yes.
You better be gone by the time I get out of that parking lot, honey. I promise you. Because I have already called my girls on speed dial. They might be out there on you.
oh, if I can only have a picture of the gang of girls.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
You know
stuck
they got
on
the
that.
rings on.
I love it. I
So
love it.
they let him go. Mind you, okay, I get back to work the next day. Okay, they transfer him to another department. They didn't terminate him.
Same building?
Right. Same building, but another
No.
department. I quit. I said, you know what? I can get paid by men, and I'm so sorry to say this. I can get paid more money by men, honey. I'd rather fight those men over my coins than sit up here and let these people disrespect me, all worrying about which bathroom I'm gonna use because they was under the impression.
Oh, are we still doing that game?
Girl, but that was in back. This was.
Oh, that's true, in the 90s, okay.
Yeah, which bathroom are you gonna use? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, because you know. And I said, well, you're worried about the bathroom I'm gonna use. You're not gonna put me in the man's bathroom because I'm gonna pull a stunt in there. I'm gonna stand in front of the urinal. I'm gonna pull my panties all the way down around my ankle. I'm gonna pull my schlong out and stand right there and pee. And when a man walks in the bathroom, excuse me, honey, I'm just draining the lizard. Excuse me.
Oh, I love
A girl just got to do what she got to do, honey.
Yes.
You know, so I quit that. I quit that freaking job, and I was like, "That's it." And it was terrible. It was a bad thing for me because I worked the streets.
Yeah.
I worked the streets.
That's when it gets tough.
Yeah, it gets tough. And if we had time for me to tell you, I'm writing a book though.
Good.
But if we had time for me to sit here and tell you every single thing that happened to me on that street, like you'd be like, Maddie, how did you survive?
Really.
How did you survive?
Well, what was the prevailing factor? What was the one thing that you had? Because so many people don't survive that because of drugs or because of so many dangerous situations. Why do you think that you survived?
I think I've survived because I'm supposed to be here to do something for somebody else. I don't think that we understand that we live our lives for someone else. Just like you, Michelle, you live your life for your children. You do your things for your children. You know, even though, Ru, you do your things for yourself and you for, you know, you being happy and you like colors and all stuff, you don't know you're living your life for somebody else. Yeah. You've actually lived your life for me. You've lived it for me to be able to say, I can do it. You know, I see this. I don't care what nobody says, Ru. You've always been a trans woman to me. I don't give a damn what nobody says.
Sure, I'll take it.
You've always
I
been that to me.
can not argue that point.
I'll take it.
Always been that to me. Even you've not fully done all. I don't know, honey, but you've always been.
She always been using a girl bathroom with me anyway.
When I seen that big hair and that big smile and that all those clothes, and you didn't present yourself to me as a man. And I don't care if you out of drag, whatever.
He's so butch. What you talking about?
Well, shit, that's what they say about me too, girl.
But how did you get yourself off the streets? And what do you say to your girls that are still working the streets? And how?
Well, I got myself off of the streets by just, you know, I had to tell myself, all right, because there are phases that you go through in your life, whether they're 5-year phases, 3-year phases. I had to say, okay, bitch, this is enough. Like, I can't do this no more. I'm keep running into these stupid, ignorant men. And during the 90s, it was either, like, it's not like today. Today, you better have a PP.
Right.
Back then, it was like, if you have one, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. If you have a penis,
Back then they wanted the vagina. Today they like the
they like the
girl
slow.
with something
I always
extra.
thought it was the opposite. I always thought that if a girl had the chop, she couldn't work because
No. See, on the street, you were playing as if you were playing like you were a woman. You know, like they'd
But
be
you
like
weren't.
you weren't. You know what I'm saying? So we played dangerous games on the streets during those times. But times have changed because it's so many porch monkeys out there now, honey.
Porch monkeys.
Stop
Did
it!
you just
Stop
say
it!
porch?
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
It's so many clock monkeys working off that sidewalk.
Stop
Hi, girl.
it! Stop
They
it!
need to step up so quick, girl.
So now they like the girls with something extra.
They like the girls with something extra, honey. And
I always thought it was that way, though. I always said because if you were gonna go with a girl who had been snipped, then you could just go with just any woman.
Oh, you
know?
call an escort. Why
Yeah.
are you going down to the Greyhound terminal?
Right.
Exactly.
Because you want the girl with something extra.
right, you want to ride the dog.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
it.
That's right.
Hey, but you know, it came to a point where I was like, okay, Maddie, you've had enough situations, you've had enough near-death experiences on this sidewalk or whatever, and I got messed up with silicone. I got silicone injections,
Injected, yeah.
yeah, and it I got a couple of you know.
Girl, did you go to Priscilla Presley's person?
No, girl, I went to this other girl, honey. That you seen the girl that was on television with the big
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know her. Like,
Yeah.
that she's from Miami. I know her personally. You
Right.
know, I got a little work from her. I mean, she didn't really mess me up. It was a combination of me going from her to another person, whatever. When you get injections, you have to stick to one person.
Is that right?
Yes. Right.
Why? Because of what they use?
Girl, yes, girl, honey. You don't know what they mixing
And
up.
what happened? You got
Well, I got poisoned, you know, and I was in the hospital for a while, and I think that was God bringing me down, saying, "Girl, okay, enough is enough."
Right.
Because, and plus, I was doing this for a no good man that was living in my house and using me, girl. We all go through a using situation.
Yeah.
and he
No good.
wanted you to have the hips.
Well, I thought that would keep him.
I see. Right.
I did things for him
When it's got
instead of
nothing
doing,
to do with that,
right?
baby.
And I got all that body because I was a streetwalker. And honey, in Miami, if you ain't have no ass, you weren't stopping no car. 'Cause,
Amen.
baby, Miami girls was
Amen.
never known. I'm sorry to say this to you girls from Miami, but Miami girls was never known as the pretty girls, baby. It was all about the body because the body was gonna stop a car.
And mainly the booty.
Right.
the bootay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but doesn't Trina say, cute in the face, fat in the ass?
No, Trina says, cute in the face, slim in the waist, fat in the ass. Do you want to taste?
Yes,
Baby, I love me some Trina, honey.
Yes, Queen of Miami.
Yes, Trina, I love Trina, honey. I could quote you some Bible quotes from Trina, baby.
Oh my God, I love Trina too.
Yes,
I love
girl,
her.
honey.
So you got off the street because you had a little health issue
Yeah.
and decided, you know what, I'm gonna take
is the
this
sign.
further.
Yeah, it was a sign. It was a sign, and I met a girl. I met her. Actually, I went to Atlanta before, and I met a girl up there, and she said, "I want you to take some pictures from my website." And I was like, "Okay, girl," because I had taken pictures for another website before, which was blacktgirls.com. Yeah.
Oh, I know it well. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the story of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I took pictures for them or whatever, but the response, because I am a well-endowed girl. So, the response was like, oh, okay. Well, I don't have to, they can come to me. I don't have to walk down the sidewalk. All I got to do is unzip my panties.
Yeah.
Hi.
Right.
Hi. 200.
Yes. I
Some
love
dollar
that.
make you holler.
Yeah. So it went to that phase. And then, and after I met my homegirl in Atlanta now, shout out to Ts Eve, tseve.com.
Hey, TSE
Hey,
girl.
Miss Eve, she said, let me show you something, girl. Let me show you something better than just the street and the this and that. Let me put you into the magazines and the books and let's get some professional pictures going on. Let me show you how to really make money.
Hey.
I was like, bitch, I'm all about making some money.
She a TS mother. Forget about drag mother. She a TS.
That was my TS mama right there, honey.
love
and
it.
she put me up and she showed me, and then she said, well, girl, you're not going to be a girl, honey, with that 5 o'clock shadow, darling. We're going to cut the makeup down, honey, and wear this hair out on your face. So she started taking me to get laser treatments.
Sure.
And, you know, because from Miami, it's about body. It's not about face. Atlanta, it's about face and realness there in Atlanta. They go for, it's about you being a real girl.
Right.
And she was like, we're going to get this hair under control. We're going to get this, because, girl, you got this African booty striker hair going on up here in your hair. We're going to get all of this stuff under control. When I finish repackaging you, you're going to be the product.
Wow. So you were sort of a Pygmalion storyline, like
Eliza Doolittle.
Eliza Doolittle. And so did you do electrolysis at all?
I did electrolysis. I did laser. I still go.
Yeah.
I ain't took a hormone
They
in so
say
long.
they say it's put you 6 or 7 and you're done. Look, I got 7 on my armpits and shit's still growing.
for
Stragglers for hair
for
removal.
laser?
Yeah, laser.
Right.
It
Because
still comes
I
back.
did electrolysis. I did
But you did
electrolysis
that
on my
back in
face
the day.
many years ago, and most of it is gone. But I still have hair around here, so I still shave.
But didn't you leave that area on purpose
Well,
originally?
you know what? I did laser a few years ago. I did laser on the goatee area, but of course, I have so many gray hairs. So that shit ain't gone.
No, but I love that on you.
Well,
So now only the grays grow in because they don't have color pigments.
yes.
Willie Nelson.
I need to get Ts Eve's number so she can change my ass. I get to make it.
Oh my God, I love it.
So you went through this real transformation and you started making money.
Yeah, I started making money. And then after that, she was like, well, it just went insane. I swear to God. It was, yes, I'm a product of her. Like, I
Aw,
swear.
bless her
It
heart.
just went to, well, now, you know how you can make money in your sleep, right? I was like, doing what, girl? Tell me, what? She says, how about you have a www dot? I was like, a website? I've always thought about doing this,
Right.
And then she's very web savvy.
And yours is the real Ts Madison?
No, can I say it?
Yes.
Mine is bigdickbitch.com.
Hello.
Hi.
In case you didn't know.
So you need to pay to be a subscriber.
Yes, you got to subscribe to see all this, honey, baby.
Okay.
How much is a subscription?
It's $19.95 a month.
That's not much. You could.
It's not a lot for somebody who wants all
No.
that.
How
Well,
much does that
baby-
end up being a day?
Oh, well,
That's like It's $20.
Girl, I ain't no Sally Struthers. It's
Listen.
$20 a month. Okay?
Listen,
feed the child for no 5 cents a day.
Listen, I make over $150,000 a year just by subscriptions.
Well, but you don't want to say that out loud. The government doesn't want to know that, do they? Oh, they do want to know
I
that.
pay taxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
it's legit money.
Yeah, I pay taxes. I do.
Yeah, good.
You know, but I also make side money like by I do own other girls' websites,
Sure.
and you know I make
And you
sure
help now. You're a TS mommy.
That's right.
Now that's calling me a granny Trini.
That would make you a Trinidadian.
Mommy.
Yeah, and I mean all of that stuff. Like for years, I've been the BDB for
Sure.
years,
Yeah.
and then social media opened up.
Yes.
You see, this is the story. This is how my whole.
Because you
story-
never ever thought about getting rid of it.
No, girl, please.
Well,
No.
you know,
if I can get it bigger, I need to find out who's gonna make it bigger. These girls.
Don't
are
talk to
crazy.
your girl who did your booty though.
Oh no, no, honey, no. We have to rebuke that, honey. Yeah, but social media opened up, you know, because we were around before social media.
Sure, yes.
So
course.
if you're a star before social media, you're solidified, baby.
Right.
So, and I've been in men's and women's homes for a long time, and by me having a nice piece of candy like I have, like women used to hit me
Well,
up, like, you know, like
yes,
hi.
it's enticing.
And I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, I've never, but and I never will. But
But would you back then for money?
no.
No.
It's just some things you have to like. I respect women so much. I think it's because I respect and see them as a
More like a reverence thing.
women are gods to me.
Right. So I just want to ask, what could you tell biological women about men that they don't know?
Well, I want to let you biological women that are listening know that men come to you very filtered. By me working in the adult entertainment business, I know that I get to see the unfiltered man.
Yes.
the man that's gonna come in there and pull his underwear down and swing his cock around and be like, yes, man, this is what I want. I want you, your friends, and everybody, and here's the money, and da 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 da. And then he'll go home and he'll marry this chick, and she'll find out later on that this is what he really does, after he's beaten her. And you have to be very careful with men. You just have to study the man.
Right.
First, you have to really study a man. You can't let him come with flowers and candy and think that that's that man, because it's not. It's not him, honey.
Well, there's always more
It is always more
than what's on the surface.
Oh yes, honey. Yeah. You have to see his relationship with his family.
Oh my God! I just got a flash of the Ts Madison Detective Agency, to where this is a movie. Maybe this is a movie where a woman who's engaged.
Ts Madison and LaToya.
Yeah, LaToya Jackson, right? Where you hire this detective agency to find out about your man, and they give you a whole. It's like Scandal, the TV show.
It's
Scandal.
definitely a web series.
I've got to get
show
Shonda
it.
Rhimes on this.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Where she's this agency where you hire Ts Madison to figure out who your man
clock
really
your man.
is,
Yes.
who he really is.
Yes.
Give him a dossier and say, okay, he's into this, he's doing that.
Oh, so you're saying dossier now?
Yeah, I'm that's
really?
a dossier.
All right.
Girl, you gonna have them men hating me, honey. All my $20 subscriptions are gone.
They ain't going nowhere. Not as long as you got that piece, girl.
Yo, trust.
Right.
Okay.
Now, you were in Miami during the time when those girls were crashing into those stores and stealing
Yes.
gowns for the pageants.
I know them.
Yeah, Okay, let me tell the backstory. There was a gang of girls who were crashing into high-end stores,
Getting regalians.
getting gowns.
Girls or queens?
For queens, and they were getting all these expensive gowns for the pageants and
For the Miss Continentals, etc.
all that stuff, Miss Florida, all that stuff. And we
Florida's
were
a big
trying to
pageant
write a
state.
script about it because it's such a great story. These queens,
It's like spring break with drag queens.
exactly. Well, they were crashing into these stores, grabbing all these clothes. Eventually, they got caught, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they did.
Yeah. Well, tell me the story. What happened?
Well, I don't know the full story, but I know. I'm not gonna spill your tea. But girl, I mean, they were doing run-ins running in the stores, grabbing the gowns, or they have somebody come
For
in.
themselves, or would they then take them and sell them?
No, they would get them for the pageant.
For themselves.
Honey, when I tell you, we were in the club one night at one pageant in particular, and the FBI was inside there. I was so weak when they walked them out of there. I was so weak, like, girl, because they were saying it was going on. You see it on the news, but then you like, girl, this is not real. Honey, they came right on in there for the pageant.
It was just like Scandal.
Yeah, they came right in there. The police watched the pageant. So
Jessica Fletcher all in that bitch.
So they can see the gown.
and did they clock the girls? Is that how they found out?
Yes.
Well, they probably gave them pictures of
Yeah,
what
they
was
came.
stolen, right?
They came.
Right,
They came to
right.
the past, and I was there. And I was like, oh, so this is this bitch. Y'all girls are crazy.
Wow, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. That should be a movie.
Dude, that's what the kids did in the ballrooms too, though,
Right.
Rue. That's what they did. This is how important it was for these children to be what they think they needed to be
Right.
to walk that category.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for the
Yeah.
pageant.
Right.
pageant,
Well,
yeah.
because earlier when you talked about you had the fight with the guy at work and you said, I'll call my girls up. I just get this picture of this gang of gorgeous
With gowns
gals
on.
Yeah.
who are walking through the parking lot with chains and poles
Yes.
and just gonna whoop
Whoop your
some butt.
butt.
Like Mariah Carey's final scene in Glitter where she's trying to walk in that gown. She can't hardly move. And she's coming with rings and her baby hair's all Vaseline down. So
Oh my
Ghetto
goodness.
down.
Yeah.
But listen, let me finish. I'm
Yes.
gonna tell you about
Yes.
the social media, how I got popular.
Yeah, because that's how I found out about you, through Vine.
Yeah.
It was the 22 inches
Wait,
new
yeah.
weave. That was the big
So,
thing.
listen.
I say we take a break
Okay.
and we
Take a-
come back and we're going to tell that story through social media.
All right, now before we discuss Ts Madison's rise through social media, let's take a moment to talk about Audible. Now, Audible is the world's leading provider of audiobooks with over 150,000 titles on their site. Now, we've been getting some really great audiobook suggestions from you. In fact, Edward wrote, like you, I love David Sedaris, and his first 4 books are hilarious. And I would also recommend John Waters' books, Carsick and Role Models. However, my absolute favorite is Tina Fey's Bossy Pants. I read her book once, but I've listened to it 3 times. It's funny, It's smart. Plus, she reads in the voices of the people she's quoting, which adds to the humor. I've been that crazy person laughing on the bus. It's fantastic. Well, if you're comparing it to David Sedaris, then I'm definitely going to have to check it out. You can get Tina Fey's Bossy Pants or any other title on Audible, as well as a 30-day free trial by going to audiblepodcast.com/RuPaul. Now, by signing up for Audible, you'll be enjoying a great service, saving money, and helping to keep this podcast free. Keep sending us your audiobook suggestions to RuPaulPodcast@gmail.com. We always love a great audiobook. That's audiblepodcast.com/RuPaul. Thanks again to Audible. All right, we're back with Ts Madison, RuPaul What's the Tea with Michelle Visage.
Hello.
We are having a blast.
Oh, she's so much fun.
Talk about a life that has just been lived, and you are still a young kid, you know.
I'm still young.
You are.
You know, the TS means too much stuff.
That's right.
And it's never too much
No,
stuff.
it's never too much.
Not for me. Not for this vagina. No, just kidding.
You've lived so much life. Now, okay, I've came to know you through the Vine, the 22-inch weave, all that. How did that come about?
Well, just like I was saying earlier, that the social media was not around, you know, for me to promote my
website,
website
right? Yeah.
and all the things that I do in the adult entertainment world. And I stumbled on Vine. I just stumbled on it one day, and I saw people, the way it was looping around 6 seconds. I thought it was so funny, like 6 seconds worth of stuff. So I started putting up little teasers where I had my little boobs out, and you know, something like that, and you know, little nudity, little thing swinging. Well, all of a sudden, there was a little guy from New Orleans, real homophobic, super homophobic.
Don't scare me.
He started making vines about me. He was like, yo.
Like specifically about you.
Specifically about me.
Saying,
I can't believe it. Is this a fat woman with a dick? Is this a man? What is this? Like, what is, bro? Because I really don't look like a man.
no.
So by him seeing this, and to a young kid, a 17, 18-year-old kid.
So you messed his head up.
Yeah. So he was kept making posts about me. And it caused people to come look at my vines. And they started attacking me.
Oh.
Girl, the first thing I got was attacked. I had pitchforks and shit in my yard. Ew, I can't believe this and that. So what I did was, honey, I made more aggressive vines.
Right.
And I was swinging it hard, and I actually had a few erections, honey, so they can see the power, the width, and the strength, honey, of the diva. And it was a lot more of
It's like a long, sharp sword.
they like, and then it started to become more, people fight what they fear.
Yes, exactly.
And I guess there was a fear of just wanting to see. They want to see it. Like, I want to look at it, baby, honey. So I just kept putting up little stuff like that. And then one night I got my hair done. Eve did my hair, and I said, "Girl, let's terrorize these bitches." So I just stood up in front of the camera. I was like, no wave, 22 inches, yes. And
It went viral.
Yes.
I did that, and then after I did that, I did another one. She got a dick. And I was like,
seen that
she
one,
got a dick, because they kept saying she got a dick, It was the question. So I was like, she got a dick. I was like, yeah, a dick, motherfucker's a dick. And it got on Tosh.0 show.
Yes, right.
Tosh.0 just kept playing it over and over. And then that's just where it was going from that. And then everybody started looking at that. And then people started following me and started seeing that I was more than just adult. Yeah. Like, I've always had a YouTube channel where I talk and rant, and because I wanted people to see that there's a person. Adult is what I do for work. Right. I am a human being.
Correct.
Well, Ts Madison has some good rants.
With such a great sense of humor. Now, did you find that your business, your adult entertainment business, grew because of all of this attention?
Yeah, it did grow. It did grow, and it grew. But what I like about it is that was a platform for me to sell my merchandise, but it also was a way for people to get to know me. And when you get to know
as
me
a person,
like, oh my God, this lady, she has a story.
Yes.
She has a story. She's here for a reason. There's a reason why this person is here.
Of course.
You know, and then so much magical, wonderful things started happening for me, and I was able to meet people, and it brought me right in your presence.
I love it.
And I was able to sit right here and listen. Trinity Bonet.
Yeah.
I told Trinity, the reason why Trinity did the audition tape is because of me.
Wow.
I told Trinity for a year or so, I said, girl.
It's a gorgeous queen.
I said, girl, do you understand? How can you fear anything when you stand on a stage of thousands and thousands of people watching you do Beyonce? How can you be afraid to get in a room with cameras, girl?
Right,
You can never let your fear destroy you, because, bitch, I ain't scared of nothing.
Wow, I love it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And after that, like, she went on there and then she talked. It was just everything just.
Well,
fell
it's just
in
so
place.
funny though that you said you're not afraid of it. You know, having gone through really fire with work in the streets in Miami to where you are today, you know, self-made woman. How could you even afford to be afraid of anything? You know,
can't.
It's just there's no.
Not what she's been through.
You know,
You can't,
Yeah.
girl, because I didn't even tell y'all the stories on the street.
Oh, I
You
can
know,
only
it's just-
imagine. I can
it's
only
awful.
imagine.
That's awful stories. I've watched girls die.
I've lost many a friend
Yeah.
who worked the street.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, so with the internet and everything, do girls still work the streets?
Yeah, because they don't have any. They don't. Some people don't see it for themselves. You have to see it for yourself.
Right. And see, Eve ended up being your fairy godmother. She was the one who said, "Come here, girl, let me show you something."
Also, when there's drugs involved, we're sometimes.
Yes,
true.
you're right.
You're not
Yes.
thinking.
You're right.
Yeah.
And men.
Yes.
Yeah, and men too.
And men are damn drugged.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are.
Now let me ask you this. Now, I've always assumed that if you are on hormones, or if you are on testosterone, as if you're a man,
Blockers.
if you that you can't get an erection. That's not true.
Well, the hormones only they shrink your testicles. You know, and sometimes that's why I stopped taking them.
Yeah, because you can't get an
Give me
erection.
that bottle, girl. You're cracking it all up in the microphone.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Don't beat me up, Michelle. trying to
No,
put
girl, you'll beat me down.
trying to put those titties on my back.
Yours are double the size of mine, girl. Double the size of mine.
Girl.
Now, Michelle, you've had your breast done 3 times.
3 times.
Now,
yeah.
have you had just the one surgery?
Everything is on me is injections.
She didn't have surgery. She had injections.
Injections.
I did it the hard way.
Yeah.
You can have titties like that with injections?
Yes.
I didn't know
I
that.
think
I'm a
keep
40.
pumping
I'm
more
just a
and more.
40 double D.
I'm a 36D, and people think that I'm some kind of F creature. But that's because I corset.
Yeah.
I have
Sure.
cutlets, and I
Right.
have them up to my chin with a
Yeah.
padded push-up bra.
Michelle, you the most beautiful thing I done seen in a long time next to Rue.
I love
You
you.
so, when we were at the crowning, I was like, I came home and told everybody, I say, baby, that Michelle, if you walk into that woman in person, that is the most beautiful I
She's
ever
gorgeous.
seen.
Oh, I love
You are a
you.
gorgeous
That is
creature.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I got home and said, but I really wish they would have aired us on the red carpet or whatever. Because
I know. I don't know what happened. They ended up using 3 seconds. I'm like, glad that happened.
Yeah, right.
but
all
you
that
were
work
so
in.
pretty that, oh my God, you're gorgeous.
Wait a minute. I
Oh,
want
I
to go
love
back
you.
to the
silicone, free
yeah,
silicone.
Okay. Yeah. Wait a minute. You can have breasts without them being in a sack.
It's called free floating.
Yeah, it's
baby.
free floating.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous. I've lived through that.
Listen, she's not recommending it here. Kids,
No.
you're hearing
No.
her say it's dangerous, and she almost lost her life at
Yes.
one point from it.
Because it gets in your bloodstream.
It goes in your
Yes.
bloodstream, yes. And thank God, I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor
you
of
are.
so much stuff.
Yeah,
you
you
know.
are.
So you have to understand that today's girl has it easy. They have it a little easier. They have a little easier.
Not just the girls, the little gays, and what they don't understand. And this is my qualm that I have with how easy it is to be open and out and gay and happy. I think it's beautiful. And the work that all the pioneers have done, and the trailblazers like yourself and like you, Madison, who are paving the way, it's incredible. But what they're not doing is knowing why it's so easy for
Yeah.
them to be so open and free and able to transition
Yeah.
easier and able to be a free gay holding his man's hand or her girlfriend's hand.
They forget the cause.
Absolutely. Why we celebrate gay pride.
Yes.
The reason it's celebrated when it is because of the Stonewall riots. There's a history that I don't want to see just go into the oblivion. It's so important to know what we're fighting for, because it's a right, it's not a privilege.
Right.
And these kids need to know that.
Well, as long as we have Ts Madison.
Yeah.
We have RuPaul's Drag
Yes.
Race. You know, we're going to keep the message out there. And my goodness, what a great guest! I would love for you to come back. You have so many stories. I'm waiting for that book.
Okay.
Yeah,
that book
me
is going to be
too.
so good. Please make that happen.
I'm going to do that.
Good.
I'm going
So
to do that.
we're gonna close out here. Thank you so much.
And
for-
real quick, bigdickbitch.com. and the
Michelle,
Instagram.
oh my God, Michelle, I love the way it just rolled off your tongue.
Well, girl, look who you're talking to. I've been there a few times. And your Twitter is real.
Okay, my Twitter is at Ts Madison ATL1. My Instagram is the real Ts Madison because it ain't no one realer than me. It's the real Ts Madison.
There you go.
And my Facebook, please, Facebook is where it's at. It's Madison Hinton.
Okay. All right.
Government.
I just want to thank you both for having me on the show, and just thank you for being who you are,
Aw.
Well, this
and
is-
for giving us younger people the hope and the strength to lead people behind.
And you know you ain't that much younger, so relax.
Well, I ain't but 25.
Relax.
Thank you so much. This is just the beginning for you, honey. I love it.
We love you, T.S.
Thank you so
Madison.
much.
Thank
And
you.
We will see all you later.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else?
Don't
Can I
forget
get
to
an
subscribe
amen?
on iTunes.
Can I get an amen? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Amen.